Yes, sir. Good afternoon, one and all present over here. On the occasion of 124th birth anniversary of founder president of Sri Shivaji Education Society Amravati, uh, Science College Congress Nagar Nagpur in collaboration with Microbiology Society India uh, is conducting a lecture series based on the theme Indians speaking from abroad. So on behalf of the organizing committee, I welcome Honorable Principal Professor Mahendra Dhore sir, Science College Congress Nagar Nagpur, Honorable President Dr. A.M. Deshmukh sir, President of Microbiology Society India, Honorable Dr. Patankar sir, National Coordinator of Microbiology Society India, and all the participants who have attended this lecture series. In today's and the most eminently our guest speaker from Netherlands, Dr. Geo James sir. I welcome you all. Today's lecture topic of Dr. Geo James is based on research career options in EU and trends in bioinformatics applications in plant breeding. So I take this opportunity to introduce our eminent guest speaker of today's guest lecture, Dr. Geo James sir. He is presently team coordinator in bioinformatics in Rich Joan Reading BV, Pisna, the Netherlands. He is working in developing and implementing novel bioinformatics strategic tools for plant breeding, as well as researching meiosis and reverse breeding to replace traditional hybrid development. He is the principal investigator for bilateral collaborations with various academic groups at Cambridge University, Wellington University, and INRA Versailles, in charge for consortium projects with STW and TKI. He was Ph.D. scholar from 2010 to 2013 at Max Planck Institute for Plant Breeding Research in Germany. There he has worked on methods of development for genetic mapping by deep sequencing. Apart from this, from 2009 to 2010, at Key NV in the Netherlands, he has worked on discovery in cotton by integrating cotton physical map, genetic maps, marker information, and omics data. In Maheko Seeds Limited at Jalna, India, he has worked as a research associate and worked on marker development and molecular breeding in okra, as well as marker assisted breeding for resistance in rice, tomato, eggplant, then development and implementation of bioinformatics tools to assist marker development and to visualize genomics resources. In his academic credentials, he has pursued his bachelor's degree in 2006, his master's degree in 2010 in bioinformatics, and his PhD in 2013. He is expertise in initiating the public-private partnership projects as well as strategizer for untraditional ways to develop improved plant lines. He has his expertise in resource planning and project management in both local and international teams. He is expert in application of Illumina, Iron Torrent, PaceBio, Bioinfo platforms for trait research, as well as strong background in bioinformatics, molecular biology, quantitative genetics, and breeding techniques. In his publications and patent, he has several research paper publications in international and national journals to his credit, and patents to his patents at national and international level to his credit. In his honors, he is the recipient of many awards and accolades. He is invited speaker at several international conferences. He has received a fellowship award in International Max Planck Research School in 2013, Best Talk Award in Genomics, European Plant Science Retreat in John Innes Center, UK, and Anne van den Ban Fund Scholarship in 2009 to 2010. As well as he was a board member of Wellington Student Organization. In 2008, he is the member of Biotechnology Wellington University, and he has received a twice PCM Scholarship Fellow Award. So thank you very much, sir, Dr. Geo James, sir, for accepting our invitation. to deliver your lecture in today's guest lecture. So I take this opportunity and request you to please share your screen and please deliver your precious lecture, sir.
All right, let me see whether I can share my screen. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. You are audible properly.
All right. Apparently, there is some technical issues going on, perhaps it with Zoom, because here we are not allowed to use Zoom because of some security concerns. But okay, let's see. Give it a try one more time.
Okay. Yes, your screen is also visible.
All right. I hope you can see me now. Let's see the screen now.
Yes, yes. But sir, your voice is cracking a while.
I can't see you, so if somebody can say yes or no, that would be really nice.
Yes, sir. Actually, your screen is visible, but your voice is cracking.
Yeah.
Your voice is not properly audible, sir.
Again, I can't hear you, so.
Okay, okay. So let's see.
You please go ahead. It may become all right.
Screen is,
You go ahead. Yeah.
screen is good.
Let him talk. It may become all right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, sir. Sir, you can proceed.
Yeah, I'm audible. Unfortunately, I can't hear you, so I hope everything is going fine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because it's really strange. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much for inviting me and giving this opportunity to show my work. When I received the first call from Dr. Patanker, I was really happy that, first of all, I can talk to Dr. Patanker, sir, and second, all right. I think the best thing is I will. If my voice is breaking, then perhaps I should I get out and then try again? Is that a good idea?
Yes, yes, you can. Dr. Gio has left. Again, he will join. Again, he will join. Let us wait.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Dr. Gio has joined. I will make him again co-host.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. Without any
Yes,
further.
again you are co-host.
Thank you, sir.
You can share your screen.
Yeah, I'm trying that. All right. I hope you can see my screen now.
Yes,
Yes, it is.
see.
Yes. All right.
You can proceed.
Okay.
You can
I'll
proceed.
start from the beginning because I wasn't sure how much I was audible for you. So when I got a call from Dr. Patin sir, I was really happy that I can talk to him one more time after a long gap. And yeah, when he explained this initiative, I was really pleased with the fact that such an initiative has started, and also people are taking their Sunday private time for sharing the ideas and also helping students. So I was really happy that he considered me as a speaker for this occasion. So thank you for inviting, and my real congratulations to all those who are behind this initiative. I know it's a huge effort from many of you to really make this event happen, and also having this continuous talks in every Sunday. So when I was talking to Dr. Pranita, she explained me that the initial goal is to help students for helping them to see how they can plan their career, and especially outside India. So I was thinking, like, which one I should give priority, either my journey or my work in here, and also doing my PhD. And I'm giving my priority for the first one, which is the journey. So I will take some time to explain the journey, and then if we have time, then I can also explain a little bit about my work. So I'm grown up in India, in part of south part, the Kerala is called, and then I moved to Guru Nanak College, the Bellarpur, to do my bachelor's studies in biotechnology. And during that time, again, thanks to Dr. Patangu sir, he challenged me because my background wasn't biology. I was studying computer science before that. And he really helped me to pursue my path in biotechnology. And during that bachelor time, I was fortunate to have an internship at Mahiko, and that was also a new initiative in Guru Nanak College in Balapur to give that opportunity for the students to go out of the campus and do their internship. And I was one of the fortunate to get that opportunity. So I could move to Jalna to do my internship there. I will come back to that point, but then later in my later slides. And later then I moved to Netherlands to do my master's. So I will explain a little bit of that part, like how I planned my journey to Wageningen in Netherlands, later to Maximum Institute and so on. And currently, as Dr. Prananda might have mentioned, like I'm leading a group of scientists at Raxwine as a Dutch breeding company. So if I look back, really, what has helped me in my journey is I clearly see that it has three things. One is to have a broader base. And what I meant by broader base is having at least a basic level of knowledge about different disciplines. And if I really look the way research has been changed over the years, maybe in 1980s and 90s and in the beginning of 2000, most of the papers were published in one research core, right, in one field. So if it's a microbiology paper, then it already has microbiology elements. But due to technology advancements, you can see that more and more collaboration happening in science, and hence you also need to have the basic understanding of different fields. So understanding of a little bit of genomics, a little bit of other fields which are related with your field is quite useful to have, right? And I think as a student, even at the bachelor level, you can prepare yourself for that, right? By learning how to read an article and also think critically. And for that, you don't really need any extra course, but it's more about having that particular mindset of, okay, let me read a new article and let me understand what it is, and then discussing that with your peers and also teachers, right? And that will bring me to the second point, which is then by reading articles, you also learn to think critically, right? What I could have done better in this, if I were the author of this paper, or can I see from my expertise, can I add one more element to this paper? So that level of thinking, often not taught during our bachelor's or master's, especially in India, right? And that is something I would really encourage the students to cultivate, and that will also help you in your future career. And I think while reading and thinking critically, you will also cultivate a level of curiosity. Like, why did you even start with this question in your mind? Why did that author thought that is a nice question to answer? And also learn from others' experience, because then by looking at the papers and manuscripts, you you will see that, oh yeah, that's a nice approach, because they thought about it in a different way than my expertise and my way of thinking. So that will also give you a chance to learn and think and learn from others' experience. So that I would really say that this is something as a student you could really start cultivating in yourself and taking it as a habit in your day-to-day life. And back in 2000, perhaps this was slightly difficult because the internet wasn't that widely available to everyone, as well as the papers were published in a paid journal subscription format. Whereas things has changed, a lot of publications are open source nowadays, so you can read it. And also, internet is widely available, especially in India. It's high-speed internet is available for most of us. So that doesn't matter whether you are in a rural area or you are in an urban area, or doesn't matter you are in a big university or in a university like or a college like Guru Nanak College, where it's a part of a rural area. You can still go to net and subscribe for free courses, look into YouTube videos, learn from this. So the gaining knowledge has democratized, right, through internet, and I would say we all could benefit from this, and we could all actively pursue that path to gain more and more knowledge, not only in your field of expertise but also understanding other fields a little bit better. And by saying this, my intention is not to say that you can be expert of everything, because that's not the goal, and you can't be. There's no doubt in that. But it's solely about gaining a level of understanding so that you can talk to a different person from a different field, and talk their language and understand what they're saying. Right. So that's what I meant by broadening the scope or the base. So if I think about what are the options in the Netherlands as well as Germany, I see that in Netherlands, the tuition fees are quite high, both for bachelor's and master's courses. But the advantage in Netherlands is that most of the courses are taught in English. So that's a real advantage. And as a country, it's a small country, most of the people can speak English, so that's a good thing, which is not common in Europe. Whereas on the other hand, if you look at Germany, it's a large country, so you have more options there, and the tuition fees are quite low there. So if I give an example, like in the Netherlands, often a master course, which is often a 2 years course, will cost you easily around 30,000 to 40,000 euros, which is quite a high cost. Whereas in Germany, that might be 5,000 to 6,000 euros. So that's a big difference. And this is just about tuition fee, but then you also need to have some funding to show that you can sustain here, live here. And usually the EU itself will ask around 800 to 1,000 euro, depending upon the country, for each month. So you need to have that much of scholarship or some other means of financing to come to the EU. And in some part of Germany, some states of Germany, even there is no tuition fee, so it's completely free. So then you just have to find a scholarship which can support your living style. So that's clearly an advantage. One of the disadvantages, on the other hand, is that German courses are not all taught in English. So there you might have a barrier of, or have to take an extra course in German to understand German, and then only come here to do your bachelor's or master's. So that's a disadvantage. Actually, when I was in India, I had the feeling that bachelor's and master's admissions are quite competitive in EU. But actually, if I compare with the US or some of those countries, these are not really competitive in EU. So it's getting an admission is not that difficult. Getting a scholarship, it is indeed difficult. So the limitation is more in the scholarship part. And NUFIC is an organization. It's a government organization from Netherlands. So that's an interesting website to check for some fundings, and that is on the German side. So that's on another website, which is quite handy to have. And often you need to look into the university website itself, because there comes the university-based in scholarships. So that's something you can't really find it in this big websites, but you really need to go into their website and then check there. So I will come back to a slide where at least I can explain the way I decided which university to go for, various factors and so on. I will come to that at a later point. For PhD, on the other hand, I see that the competition is very high, both in Netherlands and Germany. There are two main routes you could take. One is you can take an advertised position, so a position which is clearly funded and been advertised as a PhD position. And there, then you can find those kind of positions in various websites, job websites, and also LinkedIn and Twitter is getting more and more common nowadays, where the professors are sharing their positions there. Academictransfer.com, that's a really nice website from EU, where they also aggregate all the PhD and postdoc positions, and also some industrial jobs there available. So if you're interested, please have a look at there. And the second option is the open application route, what I meant by open application is that there is no position being advertised, but by showing your motivation and drafting a proposal, you can always approach different processes. And that's the route I took. And there, actually, the success rate is very low, also in the first option. And you need to put some effort to really write, first to do basic search of, okay, what exactly that process is doing, the team is doing, what their interests are, and so on. And you have to see the match between your expertise and your motivation to go for this particular group. And then by writing an email with all these details, and maybe perhaps you can also draft a small proposal for him or her to consider. And right now I also receive a lot of emails just simply saying that, okay, I'm so and so, I did this and that courses, and I'm interested in your research. I would say, those kind of mails are there's less chance to get a response, because when you read it, you really know that you are the other person is not really interested. It's just simply sending hundreds or thousands of emails around and just looking for a decision. Whereas if you really make a targeted motivation letter where you not simply explaining what you have done, but you really connect that, okay, why you think you are the right person for that particular position in the community. So basically you need to explain a little bit about your expertise, but more about your motivation. By saying that I am an expert in this field, it's not the motivation. The motivation is really that, okay, hey, I saw your research in this field, and that particular experiment, I really liked it, and perhaps this is a different way to approach the next research question. Are you interested to do a partnership in a project? That kind of level of details. Which means that you really need to put some effort to write such an email. You really need to study what is going on and how can you formulate this. So this requires a good level of homework, but a higher chance of getting a positive response. And if you can link your email also to some funding options, so that, okay, perhaps we can together try for this funding or that funding. I have checked for this funding, and these are the criteria. This all shows your motivation and your eagerness to get that position. And this kind of statements will help you also to get a positive response from the person you're writing to. So keep in mind all these elements in your mind while writing this open application. One way I structured my approach for a job, for a PhD position, is by taking two-way approach. So one is I made a table summary where I listed all the universities I visited online, gathered that information. Feast for me, fee was one of the issues. So I was writing, okay, how much it will cost, why I want to go there, why not I want to go there, pros and cons, and some of the remarks. So you can make a summary where you kind of clarify yourself and precipitate all the information you have gathered over the time, right? And on the other side, you can also take a different approach, which may not be suitable for looking for a university asset, but planning, when it comes to planning your career, making mind map is something I often use. So you have this question in your mind, which can be anything, so you put it in the center, and then you flesh out all your thoughts to a mind map. So if the example I have here is like, okay, I'm interested in genomics, I want to learn more perhaps, then next generation sequencing is one thing. My expertise linked to genomics as of now is Python and OPP, or maybe machine learning or artificial intelligence is also interested in genomics applications. Okay, what are those? So you branch out all the thoughts you have into paper till you have nothing else to add to the paper. So you keep on writing, not judging, but you keep on writing what thoughts are coming to your mind. And then you can take a step back and then see like, okay, these are the options, and these are the thoughts I have. Now, how to proceed? And there you could take this rule of Pareto rule, 80-20, which is actually not really a rule, but it's more a mindset. So what does it mean? Is Pareto rule says that 80% of your result comes from 20% of your effort, which means that there are some things, some tasks which has a high effect on your success rate. So and define the key task which you need to take first from this brain map. That is something perhaps you can do once you have your mind map ready for you. Right? So I hope one or the other way. These are just two examples, two ways I approached my career and also my life in general. Taking a structured approach of making summary of what I read so far, and then precipitating all the thoughts into a mind map, and then looking at it from a distance and see like, okay, this is good. Now what? Where to start? So when it comes to really looking for a university or a position outside, this is not an easy task, actually. So it takes time. You have to send emails, you have to read more, you have to approach different people and so on. It easily take 1 or maybe even 2 years. So you really, it's a marathon you're playing, right? You really have to plan things ahead and then approach it. So initial setbacks of not getting a positive response you shouldn't take it as a negative thing and shy away from it. So just I often say that hard work is important, but more than hard work is the consistency which is needed. You have to be consistent. The initial setbacks shouldn't give you negative thoughts. Okay, I know that it's not easy. It's not 100% positive. Chances are very unlikely. So yeah, okay, I will just shoot for that 1%. So keep on trying, right? I'm not sure how much we have in terms of time. So I see that it's already there was some technical issues in the beginning, right? So can I give you some glimpse about my work here? Dr. Panida, what do you think?
Hello.
Again.
Hello, sir.
All right. I will go ahead then. There's again some issue with the sound, so I can't really hear you. But I reviews, and I think it's positive. So I will take the next 10 minutes just to show you my work here, which I will keep it brief. So sequencing has changed the breeding, and the sequencing went through a revolution since 2005, when the Illumina sequencing and replaced Sanger sequencing, and as you might have heard it several times from different talks. In genomics and of course in breeding, this was a big change. So things which was taking the whole Ph.D. back in 2000, you need to do maybe 200 or maybe even 1,000 genomes nowadays to get a Ph.D. So, that's a huge difference, which means also that, this give you a quite lot of opportunity to do really, how do I say, think about applications of this new opportunity, right? And that's one of the things which helped me doing my PhD, or I was at the right time at the right place, I must say, where I was thinking about, okay, how can we use nanopore sequencing for various breeding approach, and also Illumina sequencing for various approach. So the latest technology, which is on the top left, on the right top, is called nanopore sequencing, which is a bit bigger than your USB stick nowadays. So it's a very small device which can create large, long read sequencing, which is quite handy to have because your whole genome, the reading your whole genome, so the sequencing of the whole genome is a cup of tea for most of us nowadays. So me and my colleagues are utilizing these new sequencing technologies for breeding. But if I may look back to my PhD time, it was all done with Illumina sequencing, and where we used Illumina sequencing to understand the DNA methylation pattern of a new species called Arabis alpina, and understanding how the genome has expanded in Arabis alpina. We also developed a tool called for low coverage resequencing data to understand the recombination, meiotic recombination, which is happening in all sexual reproduction, and especially in this case in tomato. I also developed a tool called mapping-based sequencing in Arabidopsis, and then made some guidelines of, okay, how we can set up the experiment for mapping-based sequencing, what are the effect of various variables in that experiments, so that a new experiment can learn from these kind of guidelines. The last one, which I just mentioned here, is about identifying the variation which was induced by mutagen. And all the papers which are these are only 4 of them. I just mentioning that below, and just to show some examples of how resequencing can be applied in various aspects of breeding, and also understanding the genomics and genetics of a genome. I would really like to spend some time more on each of these papers, but maybe on a different occasion, because this will take a long time to really go through one by one. This is my team as of now. It's a very multinational team of I think almost 6 or 7 nationalities out there. Bright people, so it's a pleasure to work with these colleagues. And these are the colleagues from RAIXOAN. And what we do in RAIXOAN, so my current work is mainly divided into 3 or 4 main aspects. So genomics and breeding. So we create genome resources, so genome assemblies, gene predictions, transcription, factor prediction, and regulation patterns, expression patterns, and so on, in 20 different vegetable crops. So RAIXOAN has more than 20 crops, and as a bioinformatics team, my team is responsible to provide all the resources for all these 20 genomes. Identifying new variants so that we could pick new alleles from the gene pool, and then predicting the structure and the function of new genes. That's also part of our portfolio. and developing new methodologies for breeding using the latest technology. And so that's kind of continuation of my PhD part, where we keep on looking for, okay, where can we improve our processes and which technology will fit for that. And I see that in the recent past, and I'm pretty sure in the future also, this is something going to be big. So avalanche of AI, so artificial intelligence and deep learning applications are being proposed and being proven to be valuable. The latest sequencing platform, the nanopore, which I mentioned, is indeed using a machine learning method, which are shown on the left side, where these are the electric patterns which you are seeing, and then from that pattern, one could recognize whether it's a nucleotide A or T or G or C. So that's really cool that we can do this nowadays. The other recent development from Google, Google has a genomic branch called DeepMind, and they really cracked the 3D model prediction of proteins recently using their tool called AlphaFold, and that's a machine learning tool which takes the sequence and can predict structures. Unlike in the past, the traditional way of predicting the 3D models, this one proven to be quite accurate and fast, and using a GPU behind this kind of prediction. And it's just two examples, but I see that more and more applications are coming where the function of gene being predicted using AI, the machine learning, and then deep learning. And deep learning is also used in many different digital phenotyping to characterize different phenotype of a plant, and also in many other fields. So my team is also looking into the AI and the deep learning applications in genomics, and I see that if as a student, if you are interested in one of these fields, I think this is a really bright field for the future. With that, I would like to thank you again for your attention, and apologize for all the technical issues, which I'm not sure what is going wrong. That might be due to, again, this platform Zoom, because as I said in my company, because of some of the security concerns, yeah, we are not encouraged to use Zoom, so there's something going wrong. I can't hear you, so perhaps I will sign out and then log in again, so that then I can hear the questions.
Definitely.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes, sir. So, Gio sir, I think he will join again. Because of some technical issues, he is unable to connect properly in today's meeting, but still he will join again. Yes.
Yep, I'm back.
Yes, Dr. Gio James, sir, really thank you very much that you have taken a lot of efforts that there should be clarity in the audio issue which we have faced today. But anyways, sir, you have given a good presentation that will be very much beneficial to our participants, and we will definitely circulate your presentation in our among our participants, so that they will get a benefit from it. And yes, I think with the permission of the organizing committee, we could arrange Dr. Gio James lecture uh, in few days, whenever there would be proper connections and all. So I think Dr. Patanka sir, we could arrange
Sir, unfortunately, I can't hear you again. So
yes, okay. So anyways, I think if anyone have the questions or queries, they can put in the chat box, or we could request Dr. Gio sir to put his email in the chat box.
Please
So,
request him to give his email ID.
yes, yes, sir. So actually, Dr. Patanka sir, can we request Dr. Gio sir to put his email ID in the chat box?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Yes, sir. So that the participants could ask the queries afterwards to Gio sir, because he is unable to hear us. So that Okay, so now the message is conveyed by Dr. Patankar sir to Dr. Gio sir.
Yeah, he has already put it in the chat box,
Okay,
so
okay.
everyone can get. And if there is a question, we cannot. You can write it in the chat box. Those who want to write it, and
I think yes. Yes, yes. There is some audible issue now, so that participants are also unable to ask something. But anyways, I think
one thing I want to share what he has said in the beginning regarding the journey of how he started. I want to tell it to the audience because might have not heard properly. So on behalf of him, I can tell something because Dr. Gio, he is originally from Kerala, and he originally came from the Kerala, and he wanted to do the biotechnology, BSc biotechnology, and in the search of that, he traveled from Kerala. Now you can see from Kerala he came to the Ballarpur, which is the district, which is the small town in the Chandrapur, and it is in the Maharashtra. Now see his zeal for studying this topic. He came from there, which is a very small town. He could went to the other cities also, like Chennai was there, and so what make him to land at Ballarpur? Still, it is a question in my mind. But he joined in the 2003. In the 2003, he joined our college, and at that time, I want to tell you, the course was going on, the BSc Biotechnology. It was a vocational course which was run by the UGC. And the scheme of that particular course, it was that after second year, the students have to go for on-job training, without which they could not get the degree. Unfortunately, that particular practice, it was stopped by UGC. Why it is so? So, so it was like that.
You could be able to. Okay, sir. Yes, is it audible to you now? Dr. Patankar sir's voice. Patankar sir's voice is audible to you? Dr. Patankar sir's voice is audible to you, sir? I am putting this mic on this.
So he came in the Guru Nanak College, Ballarpur at that time for the vocational course, and we could arrange at that time the on-job training for the different biotech companies. And out of that, one was Mahiko, and he was selected there.
Ballarpur, how you went there and you have done your career.
And
so
after
he is explaining that yes, that all things.
And after that, what happened?
If you could be
he was called for the
phone and through this mobile, then it would be great. But I don't think so.
Okay, Pranita, just
okay.
So he got.
He will complete his speech. Just I'll make thank you. Yes, I'll make thank you. So we will keep this phone on, mobile phone on. Yes, okay.
So at that time he was selected for 1 month, and then there was a message, or the mail came from the. It was not the mail; it was the letter. It came to our college that we want to extend the internship of Geo for 1 more month. So he was there for 2.5 months. And after that, what happened? When he came back, he said that the Mahiko company has offered me a job as such. So I said, yes, you can join. It's a nice opportunity for you. And he could join. He joined there for 1.5 years. He worked there, and then he went to Netherlands. And then after that, he did his MS. And after that, he went to Max Planck Institute. That is a famous institute for the research in the Germany and also all over the world. So you can just see that how a student, he did his BSc from a very small college from the rural area. He could went there only because of what? Only because of the on-job training and the internship, which he did in a very sincere manner. And then the people from Mahiko, they get impressed. And they gave a very nice type of the feedback when he joined the Wageningen University at Netherlands. So this is the particular type of what the example that the internships and the involvement of the student can give a proper type of the way, and he can reach to a goal as such. So this I want to share, and this is a thing in the 2003 when he joined our college. So how he came from the Kerala to Ballarpur, and from Ballarpur to Mahiko, and Mahiko to Wageningen, and went to Germany. So there is nothing impossible if you have that particular type of the determination. And nowadays, everything it is what it is available on the net. You are connected. It's now a global village. Now we are residing in the global village. In the early time, there was no net. You can just imagine at Ballarpur, there was no net facility at that time. And it was a very few places where the net was available, where the big city, where the big company it was there, and that was our Ballarpur paper mills, where only the net facility was there. So this is from my side regarding his journey. And now you can ask in the chat box, or you can contact him on the email or whatever it may be. Thank you.
Yes. Actually, sir, now I think Gio sir will be audible to us, because I think he has joined from his cell phone.
Yeah, I think now I can hear you. So at least your audio is audible.
So I told about your journey from Kerala to Ballarpur, and Ballarpur to Mahiko, and then to Netherlands and Germany.
Thank you, sir.
Now Gio sir is audible properly. But anyways, sir, we have also have some questions in our mind, maybe from the audience point of view. So as far as your topic is concerned, you have worked on bioinformatics applications in plant breeding. So, sir, basically, I think you have completed your master's in bioinformatics. So, how could you get the interest to use that tool in plant breeding, sir?
So, yeah, I would say it was because of my background in informatics. Before my bachelor helped me, because while working at Mahiko, I saw that there are opportunities to automate things, and then I could just program a little bit, and then make my day-to-day life easy at Mahiko. And that actually opened up this new field of bioinformatics to me. And then that's when I started to read about bioinformatics. And that's how I then went to Wageningen to study bioinformatics, a master's course. So that goes back to my first point, which I was trying to make during the presentation, that having a little bit of expertise in different fields, you can see the new opportunities which are coming along, right? And also learning from others' experience will also help you, because I never had any course in plant breeding as such. It's only during my time at Mahiko, just by talking to different scientists over there, and then reading some textbook about plant breeding. Yeah, I just got this extra expertise. But now in my current work, people consider me as an expert in plant breeding. So that's the funny thing, right? As Patrick Sal just said, you can just go to web, online and read things and gain more and more knowledge about different fields nowadays.
Yes, actually, means you have told that you have computer science and mathematics at your undergraduate level, and then bioinformatics at masters. So yes, you have, and you are now expertise of bioinformatics in plant breeding.
Madam,
so that,
he had his computer science at 12th level.
okay.
He joined at 12th level. He had computer science. Came
Okay.
to Ballarpur for biotechnology. Joined, learned about the biology and biotechnology. Applied it. Then got experience at Mahiko through training, and after that he opened this particular field.
Okay.
Yeah, it's also a matter of bit of luck, I must say. That, because if I didn't get the chance to go to Mahiko from the bachelor period, then my world would have been different today. So it's also a matter of bit luck and taking the luck with your both hands. Yeah.
Yes, sir. One question is also in my mind, that what would you suggest to our microbiology or biotechnology students if they want to pursue there in where now in the Netherlands? How could you reach there, and what should be the steps they can follow? Means at postgraduate level, the students have just done the dissertation of 6 months here, and it is not compulsory in every university that you have to go outside your institute to complete project work. So what would be the chances to get there any job or for PhDs and all?
Yeah, so I think there are a few things. I mean, one thing is, although you may not have the opportunity to go to an industry and then do an internship there, you can still put yourself mentally in that position and then think about, okay, I see that, I have this expertise. Can I write a new proposal about it? Just to gain that mental experience, going through the mental experience of how do you approach research and how do you think critically, right? And for that, you don't need anything other than just internet, right? You can think about a problem, you can discuss with your teacher, of course, find a problem, read more articles, and then just go through the journey of writing a proposal yourself. And the first one will be really hard because, of course, you have no experience and it's difficult. But after a few rounds, you will get the hack of it. How to write a proposal, right? And secondly, looking through different industries and their websites. In Netherlands, food industry is quite strong, food and pharma industry, where microbiologists are really in demand. But often just an expertise in microbiology is not good enough. I think nowadays, having the basic understanding of genomics is mandatory. So, utilizing the different databases and gaining more, genetic insight about your organism and understanding the metabolic pathway of your organisms through different, again, knowledge through databases. So the basic understanding of genomics and how can you utilize these genomics resources, I would say this is a must nowadays.
Okay. So firstly, students have to go outside. I think industrial experience is must, because they should know how to survive in that atmosphere, what type of hard work they have to do. Means because in our side area, the students are just don't have much more knowledge, or they don't get such exposure. So they have to go outside to, means industrial experience is must. And then they will get more confident to pursue their higher qualifications or the degrees outside of the country. So,
but if I think retrospectively, like while doing my bachelor's, I never asked Dr. Patangal sir, like what research he's doing, right?
because I was too busy in following the curriculum so showing interest from your early days to research, if you really want to pursue interest, your career in research, I think that's always a good idea.
Yes, definitely. Sir, there is one question in the chat box from Ajay sir, who has now joined the meeting. What are the major rudiments to get good understanding of bioinformatics?
So I think sequencing is one of the basic of bioinformatics, like using the sequencing data and learning how to analyze sequencing. So which includes some of the alignment programs like BLAST and BLAT. But I would say start from a basic course in next generation sequencing. And also brush up your basic mathematical, school level knowledge so that you can also understand what is going on in AI and deep learning. I really feel like this is a big field which is coming up and going to take this research field completely up and down because over the last 3-4 years, things which was really difficult in the past are being solved by the deep learning and machine learning methodologies. And you don't really need to be a mathematician to completely understand the whole methodology, because that's maybe not your cup of tea, then that's fine. But at least understand where and how can you utilize it in these methodologies, right? Maybe exactly you don't know how to make a AI method. If you can, then that's also good. But if you don't, that's also fine. Then think about applications, right?
Okay. So I think Ajay sir has got the satisfactory answer from Dr. Gio sir. So now Gio sir is very much properly audible to all of us. So, so thank you very much, sir. Shall we conclude here, sir? Yes. So really very much thankful, Dr. Gio sir, that you have accepted our invitation, and specifically in your busy schedule, you have also asked me that, ma'am, can we extend the date and all? And then I have requested you that, so please give your lecture on the 9th of October, and you got ready. So I know that there must be some busy schedule and some emergency assignments might you have, but still you have gives your important time for our precious guest lecture, which is based on the theme Indian speaking from abroad. And yes, from the organizing committee, I must convey you that we will post a memento from the organizing committee to you at your Indian address. So I'll ask your Indian address, sir, and then it will be posted on it. We have earlier communicated on that topic, and you said that I'll collect it from Dr. Patankar sir. Likewise, and I have told him that communication. So anyways, sir, really very much thankful on the behalf of the organizing committee, Honorable Principal Professor Mahendra Dhore sir, and Honorable President of Microbiology Society India, Dr. A.M. Deshmukh sir. On behalf of the organizing committees, I am very much thankful, Dr. Gio James sir, for delivering your precious lecture and accepting our invitation. Thank you, sir.
Pleasure is mine. And again, apologies for the technical issues.
No, sir. It's okay, sir. Okay.
Have a good Sunday.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yes, sir.